I feel my power. Alice, I think she was the brain of our double, that's for sure, and I was the power.
30,000 Filipinos. One Austrian city. A 20-year-old facing clay at this level for the first time, and no one expected what happened next.
No, I don't think that it makes it easier. Every single match is so tough. And
Alex Eala arrives in Linz for the Upper Austria Ladies Open, her first WTA 500 event on clay. Before she even hits a single ball, something extraordinary is already unfolding. The Philippine embassy in Austria begins mobilizing support. Trains from Vienna fill up. Fans organize. A diaspora starts turning a quiet European city into something the tennis world has rarely seen before. While the world's #1 has recently played in front of rows of empty seats, Eala enters Austria ranked 45 in the world, coming off a strong hard-court swing where she reached the round of 16 at both Indian Wells and Miami. Clay, however, represents new territory, a surface she dominated in her junior years but has yet to fully prove herself on at the highest professional level. Days before her debut, she posted an Instagram story from a Filipino grocery store in Linz. The caption read, "U Pilipinas," a Tagalog expression of delighted surprise. She called the store a gem. That simple post revealed something deeper. Wherever Alex Eala goes, she carries home with her. And now, home was about to show up in force. The contrast couldn't be sharper. On one side, Aryna Sabalenka, 23 wins and just 1 loss. The most dominant start to a WTA season in 2026. Multiple titles. The Sunshine Double. The world #1 ranking, far ahead of the field. On the other side, reports from Indian Wells in March, fan videos showing rows of empty seats during Sabalenka's matches. Social media backlash followed. The world's best player competing in stadiums that looked half-interested. Now, Linz. A WTA 500 event. A smaller venue, yet suddenly filled with energy. And Sabalenka isn't even in the draw. The top seeds are there, higher-ranked players, bigger names. But drama channels across YouTube begin reporting something else entirely. Speculation grows. Claims of frustration. Questions about why dominance on court doesn't always translate into packed stands. Because while Sabalenka has been winning matches, Alex Eala has been winning something else, something arguably more valuable. Fan connection. Tournament director Sandra Reichel saw it coming before anyone else. The former professional player, now running the Upper Austria Ladies Open, gave an interview to ABS-CBN Sports on April 5. Her words were clear. It's great for the Philippines, Filipinos, and tennis fans to have such an amazing player. Alexandra is unbelievable. Not just good, unbelievable. Reichel went further. She confirmed that Eala would play every match on center court. Not outer courts. Not secondary venues. The main stage. All seats reserved for her matches. Because she knew what was coming. Reports from Filipino media outlets detailed the growing movement across Austria. Around 30,000 Filipinos live in the country, many concentrated in Vienna, just a short train ride from Linz. The Philippine embassy encouraged fans to attend. Calls for support spread quickly. This wasn't just a tennis tournament anymore. It was becoming a cultural event. Imagine being another player in the draw. You expect a standard WTA 500 atmosphere, professional, calm, respectful. Instead, you walk into a wall of sound. Flags everywhere. Thousands chanting one name. And that name isn't yours. While this wave of pride builds in Austria, the contrast with Sabalenka's recent experience becomes impossible to ignore. Indian Wells showed sparse attendance. Miami reportedly saw similar trends. Fan videos circulated widely. Empty sections were visible. Tournament officials never confirmed concerns directly, but the images spoke for themselves. Now in Linz, the situation flips. Eala, ranked 45, playing her first clay event at this level, becomes the main attraction. She draws center court. She inspires travel. She transforms a quiet Austrian city into a destination. Fans who followed her rise saw this coming. They understood something rankings can't measure: connection. That Instagram story from the Filipino grocery store captured it perfectly. She wasn't performing. She was simply being herself. Finding pieces of home. Sharing that joy. And when players do that, fans don't just applaud. They commit. Sandra Reichel has spent decades in tennis. She's seen legends, rising stars, and grinders. When she calls Eala unbelievable, it carries weight. She didn't have to schedule Eala on center court every match. But she saw the momentum. She saw the embassy involvement. She saw social media. She understood one thing. Alex Eala wasn't just another player. She was the reason people were buying tickets. What's happening in Linz signals something bigger. The traditional model, promote top rankings, assume fans follow, is being challenged. Cultural identity, representation, diaspora pride. Filipino communities exist worldwide. Over 100 million people in the Philippines. Millions more across Europe, the Middle East, and North America. When one of their own steps onto the court, it becomes more than a match. It becomes representation. Eala's upcoming schedule includes Stuttgart, Roland Garros, and more clay events across Europe. If Linz is any indication, tournament directors may soon discover what happens when a player travels with an entire nation behind her. Meanwhile, Sabalenka continues dominating on court. Her tennis is undeniable. But if attendance trends continue, the WTA faces a new reality. The player holding the trophy and the player filling stadiums may no longer be the same. Eala's journey isn't perfect. In Miami, she reached the round of 16 with strong wins before facing Karolina Muchova. The loss was tough, 0-6, 2-6. A reminder of the gap between top 50 and top 10. She didn't dramatize it. No long statements. She simply moved on. Traveled to Austria. Found a Filipino grocery store. Smiled. That's resilience. Sandra Reichel called her unbelievable. 30,000 Filipinos mobilized. A 20-year-old earned center court placement. And somewhere, the world number one played to empty sections. Alex Eala isn't just climbing rankings. She's changing fan attention. She's proving the People's Champion era is already here. Is this the future of WTA attendance? Or will top players find a way to match this cultural pull? If you've been following Alex Eala's rise, you already know. The believers saw it first. And now, the world is watching. Tennis Fire.